Hi, this is James. Welcome back to another episode of Amaron Car Battery Tips. One thing I learned recently is just because you know a lot about cars, it doesn't mean you know a lot about car batteries. I have to admit, even before this series, there was a lot I didn't know about car batteries, particularly on how to stay safe around them. You see, car batteries are filled with a lot of different chemicals, plus there's all these wires around them, and they work in this very high tension environment, lots of heat, lots of different variables there. So this episode, we're going to focus on the public service side, on how to keep safe around car batteries. Now, if a battery gets hot from heavy use, it'll emit hydrogen. Now, that is because of the combination of chemicals in there. Now, hydrogen can be a very flammable ingredient, and you don't want to put anything near there that could sort of make it combust. This is why you have signs here that say no smoking. That may seem a little extreme for some, don't smoke around your car, but you know what, it's better to be safe than sorry. At least you're aware of the situation, but perhaps more importantly is you have to be extra careful that when the battery's hot, you don't do anything that could ignite a fire. For example, I've noticed that sometimes mechanics or people who work in accessory shops will connect their accessories directly to the battery. Now, the only reason they do this is for their own convenience, but that shouldn't give you any peace of mind. You see, what happens there is if the wires aren't connected properly, they can, well, start to spark. And if they spark and the battery's hot and it's emitting hydrogen, boom, and nobody wants that. That's what we're trying to avoid here. So if you notice any kind of wires that are attached to your battery, aside from the main terminal points, you should really have them checked or just remove them altogether. But if they really have to be there, make sure that they are fastened tightly to avoid any kind of sparks. Plus, you also want to avoid those welding machines. Now, this is especially true for all the truck drivers out there. I know sometimes you guys have to work around welding machines, and sometimes you leave your trucks there running, and even if you turn it off, it's not enough. You see, your car battery is still powering up some things in your truck, like your lights, your clock, your other things that are accessories. And the point is, once that's happening, it's still a live wire, so to speak. And because the welding machine actually has more power than the battery, that combination could lead to an explosion. So it might seem like a hassle, but nowhere near as big of a hassle as an exploding vehicle. So just to recap, don't smoke anywhere near your car battery, especially after it's been heated. Well, if you could give up smoking altogether, that would be even better for you. But also make sure that nothing is connected to your car battery, or nothing extra is connected to your car battery. And if it really has to be, make sure those are tight and secure to avoid any loose wires sparking. And lastly, if you have to work anywhere near a welding machine, whether it's in your truck or car, just make sure you remove all the wires altogether. Just disconnect the terminals or park somewhere well away. Well, I hope those tips served you well. Make sure you tune in again for another episode as we cover more here on Amaron Car Battery Tips.